Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's today? Wednesday? It's hump day, y'all. So, and it's the first day of Lent, Ash Wednesday. So we start Lent today. Thank you for hanging around, Robert Jennings. Thank you for coming in, Jessica, Really Be TV. And I think I saw Jesse online in here. What's that message from Jesse? Made me kind of giggle as I was getting ready. Jesse online said, "Ooh, you got the good tea because you're from that city. I'm ready." So good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Good morning, Angie James. Good morning, everybody. So I am from High Point, North Carolina, born and raised, educated, and I'm in the area. Back in the area, I moved out of North Carolina in 1993. I think that's right. My son was born in 94. Yeah, so 1993. And I moved back to North Carolina in 2006 and moved back in the area, in the High Point area of 2026. So this is where I was born and raised. And am I familiar with Fantasia and the Barrino family? Absolutely. In fact, do I have a little clip? It's one clip that I like to play, which is Fantasia's brother, Rico. So Rico, don't give me no problems, sir. I'm going to talk about your daddy. We're going to talk about your daddy. Don't give me no problems. Is this it?
We can go where you wanna. On a jet out of North Carolina. We can run it up at a mall and do.
That's Rico. That's Rico. Rico Barrino, just real quick before I get into her daddy, a lot of songs that y'all hear might be Rico Barrino or written by him or backup vocals by him, like that song. Something he said something about California. He sing with Colonel Loud and some other people. Y'all know I don't be knowing these artists. But anyway, but yes, we're gonna talk about Dad Joseph making some noise. We're gonna talk about Joseph Barrino, JoJo and Casey, them uncle, their uncle. And I was all up in Really Be video. Really Be went live last night, and this was one of, she had a lot to cover last night, but this was one of them, of the things that she covered. And I was all up in the comments talking about, he ain't do nothing. He ain't raised her. So I said, well, let me come on this morning and talk about my account of, we're not talking about him in here, sugar. I wish I had hold on, let me set my stuff. Y'all hold the line one second. Y'all hold the line one second. Hey, A2. Sorry about that, y'all. People want to get me started. People want to get me started this morning. We look at the title. Look at the title. What the title say? It says Joseph Barrino, Fantasia's father. Let's talk about it. Stay on task. How y'all doing? Good morning, sugars. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. So, as I said before, I grew up in High Point. So let's see what Fantasia's dad had to say. Good morning, Jessica, and all that I didn't speak to. Forgive me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Folks want to aggravate me this morning. Is this what her daddy had to
That's
say?
a publicity stunt. First of all, you guys. I want y'all to love her and pray for her. The work that I put in with my kids at a young age, I dare not let somebody.
The work that I put in with my kids at a young age, the work that he put in with his kids as a young age. Thank you, sugar. Thank you, sugar. Now we back on task. I appreciate it, sugar. All right. So he said the work that he put in with his kids at a young age, and he had stuff to say about Fantasia, husband, coming on stage, and a lot of folks did, and that's what we do with celebrities. That's celebrities understand that you put your life out there, then people going to talk about it, and that's just the way it is, and they accepted that. So people had opinions about it, but Joseph Barrino had a lots of opinions about it. Joseph Barrino that now calls himself the pastor of the Cray Cray Church. I ain't say call the church Cray Cray. That's what he called it. He said he the pastor of the Cray Cray Church. He be over there on Facebook all the time, going live all the time, doing these lives. So if you want to catch him, go on over there, and you'll catch him over there at the Cray Cray Church. So this is the same Joseph Barrino who sued Fantasia's publishing company when she wrote a book in 2006. And let's talk about that for a second. Uh, the book portrayed her father as having a violent temper, mhm, exploiting allegation. He claimed he pulled her from school to perform when she was young. Y'all know that Fantasia had problems with reading. Well, you want to know why she had problems with reading? Because he pulled her from school for paying gigs. Because see, all them kids can sing. All of them can sing. So he would pull them from school from paying gigs. I've told y'all this many, many, many times. Around in High Point, and y'all might have did this too in y'all cities, High Point, Greensboro, Thomasville area. We used to have these Sunday after school, after church musicals, like Sunday evening services. And they would tell anybody in the city who can sing, got a choir, got a group, y'all come on and sing. And I remember Mr. Barrino would pull up with his band and his he would have musicians. He always had himself some musicians, and he plays the guitar himself. I think he played lead guitar, maybe played bass, but I know he plays the instrument, and he can sing. And he would pull up that band and he would demand to go first. He want to go first. And then after they finished singing, they wouldn't stay for everybody else to sing. He pack up that stuff and leave. He was mean. That's my memory of Mr. Barrino. He was mean. So in the book, it said that it portrayed her father as having a violent temper. It said that he claimed he pulled them out of school to perform when she was young. It depicted him as asking for money and being hostile to the music industry. Joseph Barrino sued the publisher for $10 million, disputing these details as false, exaggerations, uh, exaggerated, and malice. He didn't win that lawsuit. Defense against defamation is the truth. That's what the people say. That's what the people say. Okay. Y'all hold on again. You gonna see no. Come back for another video, sugar. when you know how to behave, when you got some sense. So he said all the time that he put into Fantasia growing up. Who raised Fantasia? Fantasia was raised in High Point, North Carolina, primarily by her mother, Diane Barrino Barbara, a preacher who is often railed as a real on a village of family support growing up in a musical Christian household. She was influenced by her parents and extended family. Her mother, Diane, worked hard to raise amidst financial struggles. Her mother, Diane, worked hard to raise her and her brothers amidst financial struggles with assistance from her own mother, Addie Collins, Mother Addie Collins, Apostle, Pastor Addie Collins, when needed. Her grandmother and her other family members played a significant role in her upbringing. She grew up singing in church choir and traveling with her family for musical performances. And then it goes on in the book. It says that she faced challenges in school and became a teenage mother at 16 years old. So my question is, where was Joseph Barrino in all this? Where was old Joe, who's now very concerned and want us to pray for her because he's very concerned about her? Where was Joseph? Let me see if I have a. Let's listen.
Started out very young. At 17, we didn't have a lot of money. It's always from job to job and paycheck to paycheck. And we moved a lot. We moved around a lot. It seems as though my kids went to every school in the city almost because we moved around a lot. It's like times will get hard and you can't pay the rent. But thanks be unto God, I had a mother that was there, that was always there for me. So when times got rough, she would tell me, bring them kids, come home, we'll make pallets, whatever we gotta do, because y'all are not gonna be.
That's a publicity stunt. First of all, you walk across the, I want y'all to love her and pray for her. The work that I put in with my kids at a young age, I dare not let somebody.
I started out very young. At 17, we didn't have a lot of money. It's always from job to job and paycheck to paycheck. And we moved a lot. We moved around a lot. It seems as though my kids went to every school in the city almost because we moved around a lot. It's like times will get hard and you can't pay the rent. But thanks be unto God, I had a mother that was there, that was always there for me. So when times got rough, she would tell me, bring them kids, come home, we'll make pallets, whatever we gotta do, because y'all are not gonna be somewhere on the streets. So we would always revert back either to my mom's house or.
So let's talk about the truth. Where was you at, sir? You want to be there and protect her and pray for her while she's a millionaire. But what was you at, sir, when she was going from school to school and living in the worst project homes in High Point? Area of town that my parents wouldn't even allow me and my sisters to go to. We couldn't even go over to that area of town. She was raised in Clara, one of the places that she lived in before they went to stay with Addie Collins, Mother Addie Collins, was Clara Cox. Y'all look it up, Clara Cox. And now they knocked it all down and rebuilt it, but it was one of the worst places to live in High Point. But sir, all the work that you put in, sir, all the work. And see, y'all, it's her daddy. Her daddy out to know. It's her daddy trying to protect her. No, her daddy trying to get up in that money. He's always been trying to get up in that money. He's always been about what he can get. Allegedly. Because I ain't never known the nigga to work. Allegedly. Before he come trying to sue me for the Crack Crack Church. Hey, T. Daniel, how you doing, sugar? You say, Deja, daughter looked like her mom. Yeah, Deja, Diane, that was Diane, her mother. The video I just showed was is Diane Barrino Taylor. She's remarried, and because she was married to Joseph, to Fantasia's daddy, but she's remarried. Cool thing about Diane, me and Diane used to get our hair done together at this lady. Her name is Judy. A lady named Judy used to do me and Diane's hair. For years, we went to the same hairdresser, and that's where I first met or seen Fantasia as a little girl. She was a little girl. This was back in the 80s, late 80s, like 89, 90, when we used to get our hair done at the same place. My daddy and Mother Collins used to work at the same place, and they would ride to work together. Now, before Eddie Collins and my daddy got saved, they used to go to the same lookouts, but they were friends. Mother Collins and her husband, they would come in. She could play talking about play a piano. She used to tear that piano up, and they would come to the church that I used to go to, Community Holiness Church, and play. So I have a long background. High Point is a little town. It's not a big town. Where everybody know everybody. Everybody, if you come in High Point and you say either my father's last name or my mother's maiden last name, they'll be like, yeah, we know who that is. We know who that, because that's how High Point is. Everybody know everybody, especially if you're church folks. But so y'all seen what the mother said. We had struggles. They went to every school around in the city. We had to move a lot. But thank God that I could go stay with my mother, because she wouldn't let us be out on the street. Was there any mention of Joseph in all of that? Good morning, Southern Phoenix. I don't recall the first album. Another funny story before I move on. Hey, Gigi, about. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Matt. Good morning. V did. I think that's how it's. Hey, Tracy Chappelle. Is it IP? I hate when the way they put these new names. But good morning, Sugar. So funny story about when Fantasia first came on TV. I was living in Newport News. We were stationed in Fort Eustis, Virginia. And I don't remember what year it was, but I remember a friend of mine called and said, there's a girl on American Idol. I never watched American Idol. Didn't watch it. Really didn't listen to secular music at that time. And one of my friends on the base called me, and she said, there's a girl from High Point on TV. And you said High Point is a small town, so more than likely you will know her, and she's on American Idol. So I said, okay, well, next week when it come on, I'm going to turn on American Idol. But by this time, Fantasia is about to win the show. It's like one of the last shows. It's done been a whole season. I done missed the whole season's last shows. So the next week when it came on, I turned it on, and there it was, Tasia, up on TV. I didn't even have to see her name flash across the screen. As soon as I saw her, I said, that's Tasia. That's Tasia Barrino. That's Mother Collins' granddaughter. She up on TV. It was like unbelievable to see somebody from home. And I'm much older than Fantasia, but it was unbelievable to see somebody from home on American Idol, and then she turned around and won the show. But that's the interesting. So a lot of her earlier stuff I'm familiar with, but whether I bought it or not, I don't recall. Back then I was so churchy, I probably didn't, child. I probably didn't. So now let's move on to her money and her father. Fantasia Barrino lost a significant portion of her fortune early in her career due to a combination of trusting family members, poor management, and a 2006 lawsuit filed by her father. Because, you got to get attorneys and things to fight back. You weren't concerned about her money then when you were suing her, and she had to get expensive attorneys and go back and forth to court. But let's continue on. She described herself as very green to the industry, leading to a massive financial tax and real estate mismanagement, resulting in her losing everything. Where was her father at and his concern at when she lost everything? Fantasia Barrino faced several financial distress, primarily between 2008 and 2013. Those dates are very important. Leading to the loss of her North Carolina home, she famously lost a Charlotte mansion to the bank in February 2013 to avoid formal foreclosure after selling it. And she previously sold another North Carolina home at a significant loss of $3,000 in 2018. Okay. So, but we say that the man, he married her because she was rich. And people saying that the man the daddy said the man came up out of jail, and 3 weeks later, after he came up out of jail, Fantasia married him because she was rich. But right here, they said that in 2018, she lost $300,000 because she had to give up some homes and sell some homes and stuff. 2008 to 2009, financial troubles began with a $58,000 loan for back taxes, leading to a near foreclosure of her Charlotte mansion. 2013, she surrendered a $1.3 million Charlotte mansion purchased in 2007 to the bank, settled avoiding a public auction. Was she married to him during this time? I don't think she was. 2018, she sold a separate, smaller home in North Carolina for $300,000 less than her 2004 purchase. Now, when did Taylor, her new husband, and Fantasia get married? Taylor and Barrino paths first crossed when they met at a rooftop bar in Charlotte in 2015. In 2015, Fantasia was talking about how she didn't have no driver. I think she had maybe one car. She was driving herself. She was talking about how it's a good thing I'm from Hyport, North Carolina. We can cook because I got to cook for myself. I ain't got no cooks. I ain't got none of that extra stuff. I ain't got no money. But that's when he married her in 2015. Did they marry 3 weeks later? They did. They did marry 3 weeks later. They got married in 2015, 3 weeks at the courthouse after they met. In 2010, let's back up some more. Let's back up again. In 2010, there was an interview with Oprah. I'm supposed to be showing my pictures, y'all, but y'all know that, I don't know how to do all this stuff. Y'all gonna have to get with other people who real good at all of this. It ain't me. But in 2010, she did an interview with Oprah. I just had the picture up, but I can't find the picture now. Here it is. She did an interview with Oprah. Revealed that after winning American Idol, her family did not provide the emotional or practical support she needed. Instead, she felt used by them for financial support. Excuse me? Excuse me? In 2010 interview with Oprah Winfrey, in a subsequent conversation, Fantasia Barrino revealed that after winning American Idol, her family did not provide emotional or practical support she needed. Instead, she felt used by them for financial support.
That's a publicity stunt. First of all, you walk across the I want y'all to love her and pray for her. The work that I put in with my kids at a young age, I dare not let somebody. That's a publicity stunt.
It's a publicity stunt. That's a publicity stunt. Fantasia stated that she wanted to make her family happy after her focus. Fantasia stated that she wanted to make her family happy after her success, but in doing so, she created a monster by funding their lives, which led to them sitting back and relying on her entirely.
That's a publicity stunt. First of all, you walk across the I want y'all to love her and pray for her. The work that I put in with my kids at a young age, I dare not.
Lack of support. She indicated that she was giving without receiving support in return, which contributed to her feeling overwhelmed and drained. She felt forced to bankroll her family, which contributed to her financial struggles and her personal distress, forcing her to learn to say no.
That's a publicity stunt. First of all, you walk across the I want y'all to love her and pray for her. The work that I put in with my kids at a young age.
Hush. Hush, sir. The experience was a major reality check, leading to her stop bankrolling her family and to take control of her own life. That was a y'all remember that interview with Oprah? I remember that. That was right before she started dating that dude, I think. And then from there, he sued her, and the little boy, the other baby that she had, and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. We ain't hear nothing from daddy. Ain't hear nothing from daddy. And let's hear what else.
And they all, I would say the whole city of High Point, because I was a singing little girl, and they all wanted to see me just go far. So I think I had all of High Point, Winston-Salem, Greensboro. Everybody was praying for me, and they would tell me, "You're gonna go now." When I got pregnant, kind of changed. And you know what they said? She ain't gonna go nowhere. She ain't gonna be nothing now. And the church that we were attending, they sat me down, wouldn't let me sing.
The church she was attending, Pastor Kevin Shouse, Shoucse. Fantasia be protecting folks. Pastor Kevin Shouse, Shouse. She was pregnant by his son. She was pregnant by Kevin Chouse's son. I think the boy used to play drums. I could be wrong, but I think the boy used to play drums. See, we used to go over there. We used to love take our little behinds over there because it was all fun over there. A lot of good singers. You know, you had Otis Battles over there, Osler Battles. You know, you had. Oh, I'm just naming off names. You had Shine. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna stop saying last name. You had Shine. Shine is probably one of the good. She's a good singer around here to High Point too. You had all the good singers was over there. We used to love to go up over there. Fantasia, we knew Fantasia was gonna come on sing. She wasn't famous then. She was just a little girl that could sing. She's 15, 16 years old. The girl could sing her face off, as y'all know. We used to love to go up over there to Pastor Shouse church. Her son got her pregnant. It was her son, his son.
My grandmother she had her church going, and I was going to the church because at the time, Zion's father, that was his father's church. So I was chasing the boy, you know how it goes.
It was whose church?
At the time, Zion's father, that was his father's church. So I was chasing the boy, you know how it goes. But my grandma called me, she said, "Tasia." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Now you've been in my spirit. You've been singing." I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "Well, you need to come over here and lead my praise team." I'm like, "Grandma," but she said, no, I don't care what they say. She said, "I don't care about that. You come on over here and let the Lord use you." And I did.
Did she say her daddy called her over there? Did she say her daddy called her? She said her mother Collins called her. Baby, you done got pregnant by the man's son over there, the pastor's son, Bishop Kevin Shouse. They don't want nothing to do with you. They done set you down. Now, we told y'all stop going over to that church. I ain't gonna say no more than that. Don't go. Y'all love to run up over there. Yeah, we love to be at that church because it was just fun. Y'all know we love flesh. Let me leave that man in church alone. Anyway, she went back. That's when she went back over to her grandmother's church. But he said that he's done all of this support. He's given her all the support though. Yeah, all the work he put in. All the work he put in. To that boy trying to steal her money. They got married in 2015. She was still in debt. She had to sell a house with the loss of $300,000 in 2018. So that means he was with her through the struggle. Was he with her through the struggle? Now, in the last years since she's married him, we've heard all of these things. We've heard her go through financial struggle, her hit rock bottom, her having owing the tax man, her having debt, her losing her house, having the house going back to the bank. We've heard of her messing with some dude that worked at the some game shop that sold video games, I guess, get pregnant by him. The wife suing her, just all of this stuff over and over and over again prior to 2015. What have we heard negative about Fantasia? She's married this young man that's showing on the screen. Somebody tell me. Because we're listening to Joseph Barrino. Because he's her daddy, and surely he should know. He's concerned. It's her daddy. Like Gorilla. Is that her name, sister? She concerned. We ain't getting no money. We ain't getting no, who's getting the money? Who getting the money? Fantasia, husband is Kendall Taylor, a businessman and motivational speaker whom she married in July 2015. As a teenager, Taylor, wait a minute, he just got out of jail. He just got out of jail 3 years before he married her. As a teenager, Taylor was involved in a crime and drugs, resulting in incarceration at age 15 and a nearly fatal shootout at age 16. See, he over there from Gastonia. Kendall Taylor is over there from him and his brother Robert's over there from Gastonia. If anybody in here from High Point and you know anything about Gastonia, or if you ever ride through Gastonia, get your gas before you get there and keep on riding. Don't stop and mess with them people. Just keep on going right on through that little country town. Don't get them country folks messed up. Don't buy nothing. Just drive on through. You on your way down to the beach. Just drive on through. He from Gastonia, and at 15 he got into some trouble. I wonder if that's what they kind of vibed on. I wonder if that's what they connected on. Their troubled childhood, both being from North Carolina, 2 hours away from each other. Both of them had a troubled childhood. I wonder if that's what kind of they connected on as they was on that rooftop talking. But they don't say anywhere that I could find that he had just gotten out of prison 3 weeks before they got married. It says that they met and got married in 3 weeks, but his trouble was when he was 15 years old and 16 years old. In early 2022, her and her business husband of 7 years, who married after only 3 weeks of knowing each other, released a book called No Crowns in the Castle. Now, we jump quick to hear about her daddy, but any of y'all read that book? Have any of y'all follow Kendall Taylor and all of his inspirational sayings, his motivational speaking? Again, what have we heard negative about Fantasia since she's been with him? It seems like she's been doing a little better. Now, he could be a gold digger and married her for that cause. He could have said, okay, she might be a little poor now, but she's going to make that money back and she's going to be rich one day and I want to be with her. That could be. I'm not saying that's not it. But what I'm not going to get the story from is from Joseph Barrino. That's who I'm not going to get the story from. Could he be a gold digger? Could be. But I'm going to tell you what. He's helped her dig up a little gold too. And again, she seems to be a little better with him. I'm just saying. Really said, and married 11 years. That's not easy, honey. Not. Absolutely not easy. Could they have hit some hard times? Probably. Hey, just so being me. Thank you for coming in. Fantasia went through a lot in her early years. Absolutely. She did. She grew up a little hard. Hey, in Alex, thank you for coming in. I believe there is some truth in what her dad said. We want to, in Alex, it could be and it could not be. Why do we want to believe so bad that there's some truth? Hey, Cheryl. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Why do we want to believe so bad that there's some truth? Could it not be possible that a black man could reform himself after having a earlier child issues in a childhood and could actually meet this woman, love her? Is that so impossible to believe? It could be. But again, I'm not taking it from her daddy. He's not a reliable source because he was the one after the money. After, it's one thing if you after the money and you sacrifice everything like Diane and Mother Collins did. But when you was pulling her out of school to go do, and I said that last night before I went and, researched all this information and researched why she sued him. I said that last night in Really B's live based on what I know. If there was going to be a singing gig and it was going to be paid, she was going. Because Barrino was going to pick her up. They were going to go sing and get that money. I do know that. I don't need no research for that. That's what I do know. That's what I do know. That it was coming. They were going to pile up that van. They were going to go sing. Don't matter whether it was school. Don't matter whether it was nighttime and she need to study. What y'all saying in the comments? And Alex said, so my question, Ms. Cruiser, is this to discredit her dad's claim? Just a question. You're talking about me? My video? I'm just telling y'all, listen, discredit or credit or whatever, y'all can go look it up. There's a book out there. There's interviews out there with TV One. There's interviews with Oprah prior to her marrying this guy. I want y'all to see the source that y'all believe in all this stuff from. Mr. Joseph Barrino. Go over there to his Facebook page and watch him in the Cray Cray church. Talking about Cray Cray stuff. That's y'all source. That's your source. Oh, I didn't know why he went to jail. And that was when he was 20. They act like he went to jail last year. That's when he was 15, 16. Alex Cruiser knows them. If you don't believe her, listen, child. And I don't, I know more of Diane and Mother Collins than I do Fantasia. Fantasia is younger than me. My encounters with Fantasia, like I said, was in a little beauty shop on Thursday night. I'm mostly talking to her mom, and she's a little girl. Everybody know that I talk about Otis Battles often. People come to my chat know I know him. Asla, which is Otis' sister, we all used to sing on High Point Community Gospel Choir. Asla for years was Fantasia backup singer. Asla Battles. Her name is spelled Aselah, something like that. Asla Battles. For years, she was her backup singer, and then she went on to do some stuff for Lord Have Mercy, Diddy. And that's when she broke from Fantasia. But as soon as Fantasia made it big, she came back to High Point and got some people for her backup singers because she, Fantasia, I think she appreciated her city, where she came from. Fantasia marriage to Kendall Taylor is deeply rooted in Christian faith, prayer, and shared spiritual growth. Fantasia, before she got married, or after she got married, she did an interview and she was talking about that she had made so many mistakes and so many bad decisions with men that she started praying about it. And she had these index cards, and she would write on the index card what she wanted in a man. And some of the things that she would write on that card was that she wanted a praying man. She wanted a man that was rooted in spirituality. She wanted a man that she could talk about her spirituality and her faith with and share some of the same struggles and want and faith and desire to have faith like hers. And we have seen over the years Fantasia grow. So if he's out here digging and dig golden and trying to take some of her money, again, we haven't seen her go through any of the financial struggles that she went to prior to her marrying him. So in all of his gold digging, it seems like he has helped her get to a better place. I know that she is she's an honorary member of Soros' sister. I think she's Gamero. But anyway, she did go to college. I don't think she finished, but she did end up getting her high school degree, learning to read, and then she went to Central University in Ohio, I think. Also, back when he used to pull them out of school, in her book, she talked about because she could not read, she had to memorize all of the lyrics. So that's what he had her doing. That was the hard work he had her doing. Instead of making sure that she could read properly and write, he had her memorizing lyrics. He being her father. Those are her words, not mine. So my purpose of doing this video is because I see people, saying her father's concerned and her father's how the heck her father know anything about her finances and who's over her finances. And speaking of that, did I save that picture of Fantasia? She dropped down in the chat. She dropped down in the chat. Did I have that? Can y'all see that? Where she told her daddy, "Daddy, go take your meds. You don't even know my people. You don't even know who. You don't know my internal business. You sitting over there in Greensboro, going live from a truck or your car or wherever, trying to start open clubs and stuff at the Cray Cray Church. You don't know my business over in Charlotte. You don't know who I hire and fire. You don't know my financial business over in Charlotte." Yeah, I'm just here to kind of set the record straight a little bit based on what I know. Just a little bit based on what I know. From trying to unalive herself to being happy and thriving is an amazing journey. I agree. Seems like Dad is acting entitled. Was he recently off from something? Was he recently cut from something? I don't think she stopped supporting him years ago when she lost all her money. Of course, she would, help her little brother, the one that was in a motorcycle accident some years ago. Rico got his. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to put my little. I had to plug my phone up and it knocked me off. And y'all know I'm not into celebrity talk. I'm not at all into celebrity talk, but this one is something different. Rico got his own stuff. That's her brother, Rico Barrino. Y'all support him on Instagram, TikTok, and his endeavors. He got his own thing going on. Her oldest brother, if y'all remember the little reality show that she used to do, he lived in her basement, done tore up half her house, cost her so much money. He pretty much like his daddy, that oldest boy. What do you call him, Tiny or whatever? But yeah, I think she cut him off. Hopefully I'm back. My phone rang. She cut him off years ago. Years ago. Hey, Faith Wisdom, thanks for coming in. So if Joseph is getting info from people who work for Fantasia in her camp about how Kendall is firing and running everything and money is missing from various accounts, how is the dad wrong? Faith Wisdom, what is your receipts of proof that he's getting it from people in her camp? Over there at the Cray Cray Church. Why are we believing this man? Why are we believing the man that sued her? Why are we believing the man that said that he took care of her when we don't have no record of that? Why are we believing him? That's my question. My counter question to you is why are we believing him? Did somebody lie to him or did he make it up? That's the question, Alex. Did somebody lie to Joseph Barrino or is he making it up? Hey, Patricia. Thank you for coming in. Listen, listen, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. And, everybody, everybody wants to believe him because they want to believe that this boy is bad and this boy, and he couldn't possibly love her. He couldn't possibly love her. Why do we think, and I'm not saying, I don't know whether he do or not. I ain't in them people's house. Last time I seen Fantasia was prior to COVID in Hampton, Virginia. In concert, she was in concert. I don't know. But why are we so quick to just believe that this guy is bad? He's got to be just with her for money. Is it that bad for the black? Is black love that bad? Has it gotten that bad? Patricia said, I believe that man loves Fantasia. Until he shows something different and something different come about, I do too. That's what she say. And, I'm not, she's been through enough and she's built her life back from enough that, listen, who am I to come along and tell and say, and did it look performative? Did it look like it was set up and he came out there? Yeah, there's a lot of things set up. A lot of folks love to say they done decided they gonna get married and they done went together, bought the rings, and then they'll come on social media, just regular old normal folks, us folks. We'll come on social media and I said yes and showing the whole thing and she acting surprised. It happens. Okay, it happens. It happens. So they had a moment where they want to do it on stage. Okay, it happens. Maybe they're doing it as a part of their new pitch that they're going to do something related to inspiration and encouragement that's going to be included in Black Love. So it happens. They did a little performative playing moment, if y'all want to call it that. Okay. Fantasia accountants are telling the dad these facts. He can show receipts and back up what he says. How is he wrong? Did he show? Please send me the information where he. Please send me the receipts where he backed up what he said and showed receipts. Did he show receipts? Somebody in the chat, because I can be corrected if I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Did he show receipts? Somebody send that to me. He showed receipts. I believe that she knew he was coming on stage, but not to give her the big ring. Okay. Yeah, daddy jealous because daddy jealous. But too bad daddy wasn't jealous too bad daddy didn't have the emotions when she was struggling, when she was younger, to try to make things better for her. My point. Okay, according to Speaking from the Purple Couch, he says, no, he did not show receipts, not one. Interesting. But we so quick to just jump on that. He worked a 9 to 5 every day. Where has it been proven that he wants money from her? I'm siding with the father. Husband always makes it about him. Don't trust the husband. Time will tell. Okay. You have a right to your opinion. Where has he wanted money from her? According to her, he's always wanted money from her. According to her faith wisdom, he sued her. But I guess, what are your thoughts about him suing her publishing company in 2006? What are your thoughts about her saying that she lost a lot of her money because she was taking care of all of them? Okay. And Kendall was nowhere around. She wasn't married to Kendall at the time, but okay. All right. We prefer to believe negative stuff rather than something positive. I think that's what we and I think sometimes where our mind goes is based on our experience, our own experience in history. People just believe, okay, of course, she's rich and he couldn't love her. He just married her because she had money. And he's firing everybody and taking her money. Well, if he firing everybody and taking her money, she's doing a whole lot better now than she did prior to when she was married to him. That's my response to that. If he fired everybody and taking her money, she's doing a heck of a lot better now than prior to marrying him. And I'm not saying she's doing better because she's marrying him. I'm just stating what is correct based on the facts that we just read, based on records of where she didn't have no money. She was broke. She was losing stuff. Houses repossessed. Right now, she got it. Then she didn't have it. Jesse Online said, Faithful Wisdom, he sued Fantasia. What are you talking about? Listen. Listen. Well, that is my opinion. That's my story. That's where She's doing better than she's ever done. She's looking better. She's doing better. She can read now. She's going to college. She's doing much better. He sued the publishing company of the book, not Fantasia. Check your fact. The publishing company, if the publishing company lost, where you think that the funds, if he would have won, where you think those funds would have came from? From the proceeds from the book. And Fantasia herself had to spend money in fighting that too. And he sued them because she revealed he sued them because she revealed that he was not there for her. Because she revealed some stuff about him. He did not win because he could not prove, once again, receipts, because he could not prove that what she said in the book that ended up on the TV wasn't facts. I agree. It's people that they don't like. They believe everything said about a person, i.e. church beef sector. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's what I have, y'all. That's what I have, y'all. We've been focusing so much on Joseph Barrino, but I want to put a little focus on her mother, who has been a solid source of support for her for years. And her mother is now she's now the pastor of the Mother Collins Church, and I think the church is in Thomasville. It was in High Point, but I think it's now located in Thomasville.
I started out very young. At 17, we didn't have a lot of money. It's always from job to job and paycheck to paycheck. And we moved a lot. We moved around a lot. It seems as though my kids went to every school in the city almost because we moved around a lot. It's like times will get hard and you can't pay the rent, But thanks be unto God, I had a mother that was there, that was always there for me. So when times got rough, she would tell me.
So that's who I want to put the focus on, because her daddy, he likes attention. But shout out to Pastor Diane Taylor of Worship Center over there in Thomasville, North Carolina. Rest in power, rest in peace, Mother Addie Collins, and everybody who actually helped Fantasia and wanted to be a part of her life before she made it big. Everybody want to come and be a part of her life. I remember a lot of y'all was talking trash about Fantasia. She need to let her son's father see that little girl. That boy ain't want to have nothing to do with that little girl until Fantasia made it big. Nothing. Denied the little girl, didn't pay child support. His parents wasn't supportive. They didn't want to. Now everybody want to see Zion. I know my grandson's name is Zion too, but everybody want to see Zion. Y'all remember to live in peace on purpose. Let me see what Jesse says. So we just automatically supposed to believe the daddy because he made a lie. Faith Wisdom, she was in the chat. She did. Here you go, Faith Wisdom. Here. Let's show it again. Faith Wisdom. Let's show it again. Where the little picture at? Where it at, Father? Because we got to show Faith Wisdom, Jesus. Lord help us. That's Fantasia in the chat. That's her saying, Daddy, you don't know my people. You don't know my people or my business. Just take your medication, sir. Hey, Lady T. Yeah, y'all go back to Grand Rising Sugar. If y'all go back and listen to the beginning of the video, I talk about the how he sued her publishing company in 2006, and how on Oprah she said that she lost a lot of money taking care of the entire family when they wasn't there for her. I talked about that earlier in the no valid. This video was concerning Fantasia and her dad, so I try to stay on topic with the topic that I'm gonna talk about. Here, exactly. Go view some videos. You will see how she tells how her dad stole from her, exploited her, and stole from her. But some people choose, again, can't have no black love. It's got to be all about the wrong thing. Um, I wouldn't come out. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I'll talk about it earlier in the live, sugar. Um, you have a Zion too? Yeah, I was so glad with my daughter. When my daughter said she was gonna name him Zion, I just love that name. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Y'all know I keep reading comments and talking forever. Y'all remember to live in peace on purpose. And no matter what you're going through, all is well. All is well. We go through stuff, but we got to remind ourselves that all is well. You're going to make it through. Cast all your cares upon him because he cares for you. And you're going to make it through. Keep praying. Keep believing in God. Keep trusting him. Keep watching God, not the wind. And know that all is well. Happy Ash Wednesday. Today is the first day of Lent. And I'll see y'all around these YouTube streets.